Hello everyone and welcome back to another video where Emma and I will be making the third and final doll in our Y2K McBling series. It's been fun going through all your comments and reading and seeing who you guys thought we were going to make, because a lot of people did not know from the little teaser we had, but it is Draculaura, as you saw from the title and thumbnail of this video. We're going to be giving Draculaura the iconic Y2K Juicy Couture tracksuit look, so let's get started. So obviously Draculaura is the base doll we're using for this custom. I'm deciding to use a creep over Draculaura more specifically because I don't want her to have bangs. I know seeing Draculaura without bangs might be a crime, but they've done it before on a few Draculaura dolls, I'm pretty sure. And there's a new G3 Draculaura coming out soon that does not have bangs either, so it's possible. Anyway, now that I've gone ahead and removed her pigtails, let's go ahead and get her prepped for customizing. While I do that, I want to show you guys the design for today's custom. So here is Draculaura's design that Emma and I worked on together. Like I said, Juicy Couture tracksuit is the main focal point of this design. We've got a lot of bedazzling, platform wedges, big pink purse, hoop earrings, waist chain, and also not featured in the drawing is a bedazzled hat that Emma is working on. Super incredible. I can't wait for you guys to see it. She's also got some classic duck nails I'll be giving her later. So yeah, let's move on to the reroot. So I wanted to try something new for Draculaura's hair today. At least I think this hasn't been done on a previous doll. I'm staring at my collection right now, but I don't think it has been. I'm making her hair all black and then putting this bubblegum pink into the top roots, not the bottom roots, just the top. So it kind of looks like she's got pink roots and then like a black under dye kind of thing going on. You'll see. Hopefully the vision comes through. And like I showed, the hair I'm using today is from Shimmerlocks. I love Shimmerlocks shop. They have a great quality hair. And here is how Draculaura looked after I finished the reroot, sealed in the hair with some Fabri-Tac glue. And after that dries, I can give her a boil wash. So now let's get started on her face up. Starting off with 100% acetone, I take some Q-tips and wipe off all of her factory paint. For this face up, I wanted to give more of a G1 style factory paint. I've done this one time before, and that was my first ever repaint on any G3 doll, was a G3 Draculaura, and I feel like I can and have improved since then, so I want to see how the G1 style looks this time around. I start off by giving her a spray of Mr. Super Clear, let that dry for like 20 minutes outside, and then go in with my mechanical pencil for the base sketch. And now I've already moved on to painting the black acrylic paint, because you guys have seen me do it a million times. It's basically I just go over the pencil markings. So I actually found these super tiny detail brushes that I've now upgraded to using for pretty much every face up. I found them at Menards of all places. They were in like the wall paint, spray paint section, and I was like, dude, these look 10 times smaller than any of the detail brushes that I own currently, and they work really nicely, especially for eyelashes. I'm able to finally get like super sharp and pointy eyelashes, which, I mean, I feel like I've kind of been able to do it before, but this time it's like super sharp. I'm keeping the heart on Draculaura's cheek the solid black as it is on most of her G3 dolls, mostly because I really like the beauty mark look of it, and I thought it would fit this custom. Then I go ahead with my white acrylic paint and paint the whites of her eyes. Make sure to slightly water down your acrylic paints if you don't want them to dry really thick. For Draculaura's makeup, I wanted to keep it more on the simple side, but like simple makeup in the early 2000s was still like super dramatic. So I kind of just did like a slight cut crease, wing, kind of bright color, bright pinks, and yeah, just kept it a little more simple because she is in like a casual outfit, but is it even casual? Like, I feel like it's still very glamorous. I don't know. It's hard to say. Where's the line? And here's the finished look for Draculaura's eye makeup. I think it's very pretty and a little subtle, but still stands out. Now let's move on to her lipstick. I wanted Draculaura to have a neutral mauve shade. I believe that's the correct word. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. With a like slight open mouth American Girl style, as Emma said, with her fangs popping out. Before I paint her teeth though, I'm going to finish painting her eyes, starting off with a little bit of shadow with a light blue acrylic paint in the whites of her eyes. I have this dark purple metallic acrylic paint that I wanted to try using to add the depth into her irises, and I think it looks really cool in person. It's like sparkly, her Edward moment. And now that I'm done painting her eyes, I'm moving back over to painting her teeth. And of course I still have to add the highlights into her eyes. I'm keeping the G3 highlights by leaving the heart shape there because I really like the heart shape. I think it's super cute. And maybe it would have been more Y2K classic if I left her lips matte, but I don't care. I'm glossing every pair of lips I paint, ever. And with that, her face up is pretty much finished. There is a few other details I added to Draculaura, such as giving her this heart-shaped tramp stamp, which I love how this turned out. I freehanded this with a reference photo of someone's amazing tattoo that I found on Pinterest, so thank you to that person. And then, of course, I gave Draculaura some duck nails using my recycled doll packaging method, where I just cut curved strips of the packaging, super glue those on, cut them down, and then paint them with acrylic paint.
Hello everyone, it is I, Emma, and today we are going to be starting on Draculaura's fit. This eats. When I think about McBling Y2K, this is what I picture in my head. We got Ed Hardy, duck nails, bedazzled flip-flops. What else could you want? This is everything I wanted to be when I was 12. So I am making my dreams reality through this Draculaura. So follow along in the process, and I hope you enjoy. Starting with this extra Draculaura body I had, I'm going to be starting on her tracksuit first. We have got to give it up for Juicy Couture. There's no better tracksuit. So we are going straight from the foundation. We are going to be using the Juicy Couture fabric itself. This is grade A authentic, people. This is as authentic as you could get for a doll. Starting with the jacket, I am using a pattern for a oversized hoodie for a G1 doll, but that is perfect for a Draculaura G3. It'll fit nice and tight. I was really between the light pink and the hot pink for this Draculaura, but we decided to go with the hot pink because the light pink was way too close to her skin color, but I still think it would have looked good. This hoodie does not open. This hoodie will be a closed hoodie only because there will be bedazzling on this hoodie. Starting with the pants, I hand drafted this pattern from her creep over line pajamas. Then I just added the ribbed to the top. And I am going to add this embroidery thread through to act as the drawstring. And with that done, then we can just tie it up into a little bow, just like a real pair of Juicy Couture tracksuit pants. This outfit was relatively easy to make, and I think it's perfect for an intermediate to beginner learner, especially for how good it turned out. Then, underneath her hoodie, since it will be closed, I am adding this creep over tank top, but we are going to be making it a v-neck because the neckline on this was way too high. It did not look good, so we are giving it the nice good old v-neck. Plus, I think the v-neck actually looks better like this than the high neck. It just looks better. Now the base outfit is complete, and we can move on to making the hat. Shout out Delightful for this amazing pattern. If you don't know who Delightful is, you don't exist. Starting off with the tape pat. If you have cats, you know exactly what I'm doing. This fabric, I brought it back from the dead, literally. It was covered in cat hair and folded and wrinkled, but it'll be perfect for this hat. Then, following Delightful's pattern, I am just going to glue this onto the cotton fabric. Add some more glue, and more adding it to the cotton fabric. Then onto hand sewing the hat together. I hate hand sewing. I always stab myself because I am a klutz. And cutting the remainder fabric. Now, I really originally wanted this hat to look like an Ed Hardy hat, but on this scale, I was like, I already made the hat, so I can't go and iron something onto it without it getting all messed up. So I ended up going with a bedazzled only root, and still I think that it did eat. This hat was relatively easy to make too. This was a relatively easy outfit to make, I must say. It was very time consuming, don't get me wrong. This took a while to make, but I'd say pretty much anyone could make this. Now seeing everything come together, adding the brim to the cap, it is basic done. Basic done. It is basically done. And we can add our rhinestones. First, I started off with the brim and outlined those in rhinestones as Morgan and I watched a BronyCon YouTube video. And then I had Morgan paint on this spider web so I could follow it in rhinestones. I think at this point the Brony video was over and we were now watching Monsters vs. Aliens. I can say that Morgan has been quoting Monsters vs. Aliens like crazy, and it's so niche and it's so good. And then 2 hours after Monsters vs. Aliens was finished, I was finished with this hat, and it looks ridiculously cute. If any of you guys are customizers, leave a comment down below on what you like to watch when you customize. For Draculaura's shoes, we took a G3 Wave 1 Lagunas sandals, cut off the straps, and I'm adding some epoxy sculpt to fill in where the waves were, and Morgan is painting it hot pink to resemble some platform sandals. With that done, I stole this doll, took out the pins, released her beautiful luscious hair. She's having some sleep hair, forgot what that's called, and I'm going to assemble her outfit onto her. And I can already tell looking at this lineup here that this doll is going to devour. Off camera, Morgan is going to go and she's going to bedazzle this Juicy Couture suit, and it turned out so good. You'll have to wait till the end to see that though. After sewing up the front seam and attaching the hat, we're going to add the belly chain, which was just this chain I attached with a jump ring. And with that, Draculaura is done.
Now that Draculaura is done, our series of our trio is now complete, and they all look so good together.
If you haven't already checked out our videos for Catty and Clawdeen, the links will be in the description, or you can go to my channel and check them out. They're like some of our most recent videos. Overall, absolutely love how Draculaura turned out. I think the bedazzled hat is absolutely insane on Emma's part. It looks really, really good. And I just love the classic Juicy Couture tracksuit. I think this is like a staple look for Y2K, so I really like how she turned out.
If you liked any of these 3 dolls that we have made, they will be for sale. Sad to see them go, but we need money. These will be for sale exclusively to our Patreon members on August 9th, and then 24 hours if they do not sell, they will be open to the general public.
Like always, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of our Patreon members. Thank you so much to Emmy, Lisa's, Christian, Sylphic Studios, Emma, Vinyl Bunny, Kate, Amanita Truffle, Daisy, Maisie, Miss Chips, Marissa, Rue, Nori, Crystal Rose, Armand, Dark Lovely 87, Jello, The Craziest of Candy, The Jeffrey Man, Nico Rosati, and Dominic. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully we will see you in our next doll customizing video. Bye!